It's not all E. coli that can make you sick. In fact, most strains are harmless, but there is one type that can cause illness, like what we saw with the children. Tonight, we verify some of the ways to keep you safe. The E. coli scare at the fair is raising questions about the bacteria, so we verify what's fact and fiction. We know you can get it from animal feces, but quickly, can you get E. coli from another person? We verified you can, but the World Health Organization says it's only transmittable through stool, which is why good hand washing is key. The fair sets up stations throughout the grounds, but that raises another question. Does the water need to be warm to kill E. coli? The county health department says temperature is less important than the time you're washing and how you're doing it. Apply soap and rub hands vigorously for 20 seconds, getting between fingers and under nails. So it's false that warm water is needed. But what if soap and water aren't around? Are hand sanitizers just as effective? This time, we turn to the Centers for Disease Control. It recommends using sanitizers that contain at least 60% alcohol and covering all surfaces of your hand until dry. However, it may not be as effective as hand washing. Sanitizers don't kill all germs and may not work well when hands are visibly dirty. U.S. Poison Control says they're also dangerous when misused. It received 85,000 calls in a 4-year period about exposure to children. So we verified sanitizers will do in a pinch, but hand washing is preferred. Some E. coli bacteria strains send thousands of people to the hospital every year, but some asked, are antibiotics the best treatment? Again, we turn to the Mayo Clinic, which found no current treatments can cure the infection. Instead, rest and fluids are recommended. Antibiotics can actually risk serious complications, so it's false that E. coli is treated with antibiotics. In the case of the 2-year-old who died after visiting the fair, the health department says the E. coli caused a kidney condition. Generally, more than 85% of patients with it completely recover with IV fluids, transfusions, and dialysis, although younger and older patients face the greatest risk because their immune system is lower. San Diego usually sees about 50 cases of the strain of E. coli that sickened the children at the fair.